At Xscale, an arm of our company, we actually acquire brands. This is a brand that we acquired. The brand is called IBD Assist, Irritable Bowel Disease Assist. So it's all around gut health. Now, the original owner had ads going, had Amazon going, and the ads that he was running were just your generic e-commerce ads. You've got a really good creative going to a product page, and it was for all of those core four products that you see on the screen. That's like IBS relief, gut relief PM, and then a thyroid product here. What we ended up doing was really understanding the history of the brand. Like there's 4 years of data for the brand. Understanding that and zeroing in on a product that we made the hero product that wasn't necessarily the hero product before, which is a interesting thing because the entire brand was based around gut health or is based around gut health, irritable bowel disease. And the hero product before was gut support. We found the better hero product is actually Hashiaid, which is thyroid support. Interesting enough. And the reason we came to that conclusion, and I'll show you the data in just a second, the reason we came to that conclusion is because the metrics look better, the customers stayed around longer, and we're able to find kind of how it fits in. The gut thyroid axis, I won't go into too many details of that, but we're able to change the narrative of people that purchase the product and how to relate it to gut health. And we ended up growing MRR 100% in 60 days. Wild number, but here's the actual proof to that right there. Is that after we kind of analyzed it a little bit, this does include a little bit more ad spend, obviously. But after we kind of cracked that a little bit and found our hero product, we're able to get that new subscriber cost per acquisition down quite a bit, and then start to scale things up a little bit. So you could see our MRR just went crazy. And it's not like we're flooding a bunch of subscribers and they're all churning out because we have a really good net subscription number right there. So what we really ended up doing was going through the historical kind of ad account, seeing what the top performing ads were and products were, and kind of making that decision on, hey, I don't think this is the hero product anymore based on the data. This is probably the better hero product. Now we just need to figure out how to bridge the gap for the brand. We researched and purchased competitors' offers. Now, I absolutely love doing this. Ad library, Facebook has to show you majority of the ads for all the brands out there advertising on Facebook. So this is what I typically do. I go to the Facebook ad library, I find a competitor or at least a brand somewhere within my niche, sometimes outside of my niche, and I go to the very bottom of their ad account, find their last active ad. So it might even be like active from 4 or 5 months ago. And I'll slowly click through the ads and find the ads that all have like the same offer. And if I can do that, I can then understand, dang, okay, this company is bigger than mine. They've been around longer than mine, and they're spending a lot more money than me on this particular offer. Let me take out my credit card, go through this offer, understand what they're actually doing. And this is the caveat, and I just do this out of morality. If you do this, don't refund the offer or refund the order. Go through it, give that person your money, get the product, taste the product, feel the product, see how it was delivered, how fast it took, and enjoy the product, but don't refund that brand. It's just a moral thing. We're here to raise all ships, not pull down other people's castles. But I understand how that offer is actually working. Like I analyze it like this. Okay, they use this question here as provocative, and then they indoctrinated you this way, etc. And then I set a timer for myself. I give myself 48 hours. I don't know if this will work for my brand. I don't have any evidence. I can't see their data outside of them maybe spending a little bit more money than me. And so I give myself a 48-hour timer and I stitch it together to the best of my abilities. Like this brand in particular that I'm mentioning for IBD Assist, it looks like they had something custom developed. I don't have enough time to go find or go bring in our designer, bring in our developer to build this thing. I need to stitch it together with applications and see if I can just get it live. After I get it live, it's not like I'm testing creative or ad copy. I'm testing the offer. I need to spend a little bit more money. So we invested about $1,000 just to get the ads going, top performing ads going, and to see people go through that offer a little bit. And then after I get something favorable, I slowly start to begin creative and copy testing and all of that. So on the other side of things, that was from like an advertising perspective. Now, this company, like I mentioned earlier, KarmaSpeed, totally different niche. We're just talking about supplements. This is automotive parts. This brand in particular, I started it with a co-founder, Cameron. He's a YouTube influencer. And I had some extra free time. This was back maybe my third year, fourth year at Living Daily. I had some extra free time and I wanted to pour that free time into my passion, which is like cars, but also tie business around it and marketing. So we started this brand, Karma Speed, or he started it, and then I jumped in and added my expertise from an e-commerce perspective. It was doing maybe 40K a year, and I'll go into this story a little bit later. And we kind of grew it over time to 400K. Now, this was solely meant to be a lifestyle brand. I didn't want to invest a bunch of money, do ad spend, all this. Him and I both had an agreement so that, hey man, I only want to spend like an hour a week on this thing. And he just wanted to create content. So let's build it in a way that does that. We can still pour into this passion. We can still do the things that we want to do. And great. But as we started to go along, we're like, okay, we want to, get a little bit more out of this thing. And so we started to analyze how can we grow this thing a little bit further. So we went from 400K to $1.7 million in annual revenue with this small tweak. Zero ad spend involved in this. So what we ended up doing, and this is just to show you the actual numbers. So this was January, I believe. Yeah, January 1st to January 31st. You can see the traffic spike here. I'll show you exactly what we did. It's not advertising traffic. Then February 1st to February 28th, huge jump, 39,000 to 127. Then you have March here, March 1st to the 31st. We had about 190 grand in revenue there. Big day right there. And then this is April. This is when the tariffs really started to smack us. About 158 grand. And then May is, I think, is a little bit less. But what we really ended up doing was we looked at, because it was influencer driven on YouTube, similar to how we looked at IBD Assist, we looked at the historical videos and what were the top performing videos and what was the main product within those videos. So we found the top performing videos, and I'll show you the exact videos actually. We found those top performing videos and identified the product that was really moving on our store because of those videos. And then we researched the market. Now, this is a little bit different than IBD Assist, where I went to go look at a competitor. Here, we went into the market and tried to find an underserved niche. So in the automotive industry, year, make, model, submodel is like it's a beast. Data in this industry is like gold. If you've got really clean data, you are winning. So what we ended up doing was just searching through YouTube, searching through Google search, searching through forums to try and find a niche that is underserved, a year, make, model of a vehicle that is underserved, and then see if we could work with our manufacturer to create or get a variation of the product that was working really well. So that's exactly what we did. We went back into YouTube. We saw two top performing videos here. This one was a top performer, but it was a product that we just didn't really want to sell. But we found these two top performing videos. You can see we tested it a little bit before. We got some traction here. So we ran it again here, got a little bit more traction. And then past that point, we found the vehicle that was underserved. And it happened to be this Chevrolet Silverado / GMC Sierra, this model year, and this product. And that's when sales started to skyrocket. So that was that January. I'll just go back here. That was that January, posted the video here, and it just took off because we did a little bit of analysis, found the product that would actually work well, and found kind of like that blue ocean that we could go after and really kind of exploit through video. So what I'm trying to get to is when you can actually see that stuff very clearly, you can uncover the growth levers within your business. So tying all the way back to what I just said is that the strategy for growth is already within your business, especially if you've got a good runway of data. You just need to figure out how to pull that data out and construct a strategy around it.